Hey, vinyl community. I'm going to do the Vinyl Tag 2024. The 20 questions put together by Rob Walker. If you've ever watched my channel, I'm really low tech. So bear with me while I just go through this. I'm going to try and do it as quickly as I possible. So, question one, favorite purchase for 2023 is this Talking Heads, Little Creatures. I love this album so much. It's one of my all-time favorite albums. I listened to this when I was in college, like constantly. So I've been watching out for it on vinyl for a long time. I know it's been out for a while, but I just never ran into it. So I grabbed it this year. Was really happy about it. All right, moving on. Again, I said I was going to go fast. I'm already going slow. Last record bought in 2023 is Elvis Costello, My Aim is True. This happens to be Elvis Costello's first album as well. These little, if you see these, I just put little post-its on them so I could tell where I was at. I bought this after Christmas. I wandered into Half Price Books. They were having a 20% off sale, which was great. I didn't know about that. So I ended up picking up a lot of really good things that day. But I decided to show this one. It's, again, his first album. And even though it is like 50 years old, I think, which it's not that old, is it? It's 40 years old. It's in, like, I'd call it at least VG+, and the vinyl itself is really clean. So, yeah, happy to get this. I love Elvis Costello. And, I work to get all of his stuff on vinyl. So happy to get this one. Question 3, name a band that released 2 albums in the same year. This is, I don't know, a little bit of a cheat maybe. So this is Boy Genius, the album, and then this is Boy Genius, the rest. So the rest has 4 songs on it that maybe didn't fit on. I haven't really read about it, but maybe they had these last 4 that they wanted to release as well. I love Boy Genius, so I was happy to be able to pop them in here in the 3rd spot. 4, again, sorry about the low techness, but it's just how I roll. So 5 is show something from an artist from Manchester. This was a tough one for me because I don't have a lot of like British stuff other than Elvis Costello, and like the Smiths and things like that. I just don't have anything of stuff on vinyl for stuff like that. So the only thing I could come up with was the Swing Out Sister, which, you know what, this was such a huge thing in the 80s, and the breakout song, I just love that song so much. So while this might be the only thing I have from a band or a person from Manchester, this is a really good one, I think. So 6, question number 6, who did you listen to the most in 2023? Well, it's just always going to be Joni, because Joni is my favorite. So I bought this album. It says VG+. The vinyl is super clean on this. I don't remember when I bought this, but probably about 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah, so I mean, when you see things like this now, they're like $20. So records have like doubled in price. Used records in general have like doubled in price in the last, less than 5 years probably. What's 7? Sorry. Show 7-inch singles. I just flipped through to see what I had. So here we go. Winnie the Pooh. All right. Sorry. Music for Swinging Cats, including a couple of little swinging cats on there. This is actually really good. I got this for free. It was a donation at the place that I work. Kissing Late Lessons, Lucy Dacus. This has a poster in it too. I don't normally buy 7-inch singles. I bought this because it wasn't very expensive, and it's Lucy Dacus, who I really like. The Go-Go's. This is picture disc. Probably the only picture disc I have in my whole collection. And I bought this when I was a kid. I bought this when I was probably 13 or 14 years old. I still have it. Another Go-Go's. We got The Beat. Joni, My Secret Place. This is a duet with, oh my God, what's his name? Peter. His last name will come to me. Oh, I can't believe I can't remember his name. Oh my goodness. Well, it's One Take Charlie, so, God, why can't I remember his name? I can see him, I can see the video, I can see, you know, all, oh my Lord. Anyway, we'll just move on because, yeah, it's just not going to pop into my head. Most obvious thing in the world, and it's absolutely not going to pop into my head. All right. Last one is this one. Side A is Heavens to Betsy. Side 2 is Bratmobile. Riot Girl Bands. Heavens to Betsy. Lead singer Corin, whose last name I also can't remember. So it's not just Peter Gabriel. His name's Peter Gabriel. Oh my God. Corin Tucker. Yes, Corin Tucker from Sleater-Kinney. Another one of my favorite bands. Peter Gabriel. Good Lord. 8, if you had a musical themed dinner party, what 4 people would you invite? I kind of a cop out on this. I'm just choosing 4 of my favorite people. So Tracy Chapman. You may be able to see this says $50 on it. I actually got it for 20% off, so I got it for $40. And that, it looks like it was in 2021 when I got it. Love this album. It's one of my favorites. Guess number 2, Joni Mitchell, Shocking. This is Wild Things Run Fast. I love this album. Yeah, a lot of people diss this album, but I just love it. Maybe a controversial character at the dinner party would be Patsy Cline, but I love her. And I just think that Patsy and Joni would have quite the conversation. I think maybe Tracy Chapman would be a little too nervous to join in on the conversation, but everything she would say would be amazing. And then probably like taking notes and being awesome just in general would be Elvis Costello. Would the 4 of them get along? I have no idea. Do I think that Joni and Patsy might fight like crazy? Yeah, maybe. Maybe Elvis would help them, reach common ground. And then, Tracy could just drop amazing words of wisdom. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, those are 4 of my favorites. So I'd just like to be at that dinner party, just sit at that table and listen to them. Who did we lose in 2023? Robbie Robertson. We lost Astrud. I'm going to just show the back because this is a really pretty pink record. It's marble. It's really nice. I bought that not all that long ago. Tina Turner, we lost. Just really a shame. It's amazing. Wayne Shorter, we lost. I think maybe that's it. No, I have one more. Yeah, so this is also one of the last albums I bought this year. I got it at Half Price Books for 20% off. It's, I think it's from like 2001 or something, so it's not that most recent Tone Poet. I think it was a Tone Poet. It's another pressing. And then the last person that I have a record out for who we lost is Burt Bacharach. This is his collaboration with Elvis Costello. Moving on to number 12. Nope, that's not where we're at. Sorry. If you could only listen to music from one country, which would it be? I'd have to go to the U.S., but then we're going to lose Elvis Costello. I mean, Joni Mitchell was born in Canada, started performing in Canada, made most of her records, if not all, here in the U.S. So, but yeah, I would just have to say the U.S. But yeah, I'd lose some people that I really, really like. 10, 11, name 3 channels that you discovered in 2023. It's just gonna be a cop out for me on this one. I enjoy watching people on YouTube very much. I'm really bad at remembering names, people's names, and channel names and things like that. I watch Bob Bradley a lot. I like him a lot. I've learned a lot of like jazz stuff from just watching his channel. I've also learned a lot about music because I am not a musician. I enjoy a lot of other channels as well. But that's all I'm going to say about it. So I'm going to move on to number 12. Show a record that you bought as a teenager. This record, Graham Parsons GP. The date on this says 4/26/1983. So I do believe that I bought this in 1983, and I would have been, I think, 17 years old then. I can't remember if it was this one or Grievous Angel, but I do remember, and man, how many years ago is this? A lot, but I do remember the guy at the record store, when I took the record up, he was like, "Do you even know who this is?" And I remember, I just remember saying, "Yeah, I really like Emmylou Harris." And that's how I know who this is. And then, the rest is, 40 years of being a fan of Graham Parsons and picking up the Graham Parsons release at Black Friday Record Store Day. So yeah, name what is it? Show a record that you bought as a teenager. And I've had this all that length of time, right? So a lot of my records, when I went away to college, my mom sold just about everything that I owned. So I just had this little stash of records that I had kept all these years, and this is one of them. Yeah, anyway. Okay, show a funk or soul album. We're going to go with Lee Fields, Sentimental Fool. I got this recently, probably 3 or 4 months ago. I got it for next to nothing, too. It was like $6, and then it was on sale. So I got it for like about $4.50 or something like that, something crazy like that. It's a great album. I will say I haven't listened to it a million times, but it's a great album. And it's on orange vinyl, which, some of us really enjoyed the colored vinyl and seeing it. So that's why I'm turning that around. I am one of the people who does like colored vinyl. Sorry about my coughing all of a sudden. That's, again, just low tech. Just is what it is. I'm one take Charlie. I just do one take. So it's either, okay, or it has a lot of flaws in it. This one's getting me having a little coughing attack. So, okay, 14. Show a record that everyone has. Synchronicity. A lot of us have this. I have this on CD as well. This album sold millions when it came out, and rightfully so. It's a great album. I'm not the biggest Police fan in the world, but I do like them because their music was great and isn't too dated, with the exception of that one song. But yeah, when I hear them still today, I turn it up. So I still like them. Show a record that not many people have. I'm going to go with this, The Feminine Complex, Live and Love. I got this at Record Store Day 4 years ago. I actually got it after Record Store Day, so I didn't buy it on the day, and I got it for 20% off, so because they were having a sale. So this was $40, so 20% off is however much. I got it for about $25 or something. Is it good? It's it's okay. It has a few songs that are really good, and then a few songs that are like, why did they make this a double album? Sorry, I'm just gonna cough. It's on pink vinyl. I never switched it out of these poly sleeve or these sleeves, so yeah. Anyway, if you have this album, let me know. Especially I know there's someone, I have seen something on YouTube, someone who had an original one of these. But for the most part, I don't think there's many of you that are going to have it, so that's why I chose this. 15 feature a female artist you bought in 2023. Molly Tuttle. I bought this just before Christmas. My discount store was having a 30% off sale, I think. So I got this for about $8 maybe, I think. If you don't know her, she is a bluegrass guitarist. I think she won, sorry, she won the Guitarist of the Year this year, I think, I don't know what. But it's the first time that a woman has won the award or something along those lines. And she's an amazing guitarist. I mean, watch a video of hers and you'll just be like, wow, she can pick the crap out of that guitar, can't she? So yeah, I bought this right before Christmas and I've listened to it probably 300 times since then because it is amazing. She grew up in Northern California. I grew up in Northern California. A lot of the lyrics are very specific to Northern California, so I've really enjoyed listening carefully to the lyrics. And then I'm also going to show that it's on this great turquoise vinyl. Sorry, I just can't stop coughing, of course. 16, favorite video you posted. I posted my Patsy Cline collection. So this, I bought this record probably 4 or 5 years ago, but I had this record when I was a kid. And it had been my dad's record, so my dad bought it in the 60s. And then I just kind of, he didn't pass it down to me, but I kind of stole it from him in the late 70s, early 80s or something. And then, you know, once I lost all my vinyl, I ended up buying this on CD. So I had it on CD for years. I still have it. It's not like I don't have it anymore, but I found this at Half Price Books a while ago and picked it up and show the label. It's on the Decca label, which is just a label that I think is really beautiful. So yeah, this is also probably one of my very favorite albums of all time too. So happy to show it. 17. Show a classic 90s album, Green Day Dookie. This is a repress. But I like Green Day. Speaking of, you know, bands from Northern California, there's a lot of things on this cover too, like it's the oil refinery in Benicia, I think, the Ferry Building in San Francisco. There's a whole lot in this cover to take a look at, and if you know the Bay Area, you'll recognize some of these things. It's a lot of fun. Okay, what cover would you like to be a part of? I'll go with this one. Just to show Joni again, right? Like, it's just what I have to do. So, you know, I love a good road trip, just like Joni does, so I could disappear down that highway. And also, this is the one where she is figure skating. Well, she's skating. She's ice skating. It's not necessarily that she's figure skating. And I like skating. I like ice. I am a hockey fan, not necessarily like a figure skater fan. But yeah, if I could, you know, let's drive down the road, Joni, and find a pond and get out and skate. So yeah, this is the album I'd like to get lost in. Again, sorry about the coughing. So an album that plays like a greatest hits album. Well, gosh, it's Joni again. It's Court and Spark. I got this one, I don't know, 5 years ago or so. VG Plus for $8. These go for quite a bit more these days. But yeah, I just think of this as, you know, it's one of those things where like one song just follows another. It doesn't seem like it's even the next song, that it's just all one complete. There's probably like a word for this, like a symphony, right? It just has a beginning and an end, and they're not individual songs to me. It's just all one thing, and they're just all amazing. All right, takes us to our last one. Show an album that was released in 1974. Herbie Hancock. This is called Thrust. Herbie, his cover is just crazy. He's just at this, it's kind of like he's in a spaceship, but it's like a keyboard, like the keyboard is driving the spaceship. It's kind of like a disco album as well. I mean, it has like disco tendencies. Herbie is just looking totally rad. So yeah, all right, so that's all 20. I've talked for 20 minutes. Again, sorry about the coughing attack. It's just something that happens when you are one take Charlie and that's all you do. So yeah, it was a really good year for record collecting for me. I even though I'm still trying to stick to a budget, I did buy a whole bunch of stuff. And I do believe that you can still find good deals if you know where to look and if you're, patient enough. So you don't necessarily have to be a millionaire to continue to collect records, though I'm sure that would help. All right, peace out, vinyl community.